Okay, so for my Spirit Story Saturday today, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about spirit guides and my particular spirit guide that I believe to be my spirit guide. Um, so before really diving into that, I do want to go ahead and let anyone know who follows my usual posts that this coming up weekend I will be out of town. I am going on vacation with my boyfriend, so there is a chance I will more than likely not have a Saturday post that weekend coming up. So I do apologize about that in advance. I am just going out of town, so I do apologize, but I'll go ahead and get into the video for today. So with this particular spirit story, there has been a few things that have happened in my life that make me believe what I do believe now. Now, a lot of people believe spirit guides are spirits that kind of help you along in your path in life. It's almost what one may consider a guardian angel, but I've heard that there may be some differences between the two and the beliefs and everything. Now, a lot of people believe that with spirit guides, it could be somebody that you once knew, it could be somebody that you've never met before. And I have heard from numerous people that you can have more than one spirit guide. There's just a lot that go into it that you, if you are interested in, should really look into. I've heard mostly just good things about this. My particular spirit guide, I believe to be my great-grandmother. And the reason I believe this is because there has been a few things to have happened to me as a child that put me in this mindset. Now, when I was little, I never really got a chance to know her. While my mother was pregnant, I was coming into the world, and I was still so little after she gave birth to me, and not long after my grandmother passed away. She never really got a chance to know me. This is why a lot of my family believe that she came back, because there's a couple stories that go along with this. So you guys kind of get two Spirit Story Saturdays in one here. What happened was my mother and my father both had an experience with her. When I was a little kid, my mom took me out of the house one day without any shoes on. To what extent, I don't really remember. It may have just been outside to play, I believe, or just to a store and back, and just I was little and just had me in like a car seat the whole time kind of deal. And apparently, this is the part I do remember. She was asleep. She told me she can't quite recall to her if it was a dream or if it really happened, because she woke up in the middle of the night when this happened. So honestly, even if it was a dream, this could definitely be something paranormal in my opinion, because as you guys have probably heard in my other videos, paranormal type experiences can happen when one is sleeping. You can dream about spirits, you can be visited by spirits in your dreams. And if she was awake, this makes it all the more honestly terrifying, even though it was somebody who doesn't mean any harm. She was an older woman, obviously my grandmother, so she kind of had that old-fashioned sense about her. And my mom got up in the middle of the night. She heard a lot of noise in the backyard, and she thought that it was raccoons on the back deck or possums or something messing around in the garbage. So she got a broom and she went to open the door and kind of try to scare them away, as it was told to me anyway. And when she opened the door to the backyard area, she saw my grandmother floating there off the ground by a little bit, as a spirit. And she looked at my mom, she wagged her finger at her, and she said, "The next time you go out, you put shoes on that baby." And my mom screamed, she slammed the door, ran back in the room, and ran back into bed. Now she tells me she can't really remember if this was just a dream or if it was an actual experience that she had happen after waking up in the middle of the night and going to check. To me, that's a pretty weird dream. Honestly, for you to dream about something as insignificant as a child having a pair of shoes on their feet going outside, to me it's like maybe something visited her in her dream, or it really happened. Either way, could be paranormal. And then the other experience that happened with this grandmother, my dad was up in the middle of the night and he couldn't sleep, and this was when my dad lived with us. My parents are no longer together, but obviously I was a little kid, so this was a different house, not where I live now, a different, situation. And he was up in the middle of the night. He could not sleep. So he's sitting in bed, and the way the bedroom was set up, which I don't remember, I was too little to remember, the way their bedroom was set up, through the hall across, he could see into my room. And when he looked up into my room, he saw my grandmother standing over my bed watching me sleep. And I know that can kind of sound scary if you see a spirit watching someone over their bed as they sleep, but to me it's not really scary. It's my grandmother, so if anything, she's just watching me in a sweet type way. So just because there's so much activity that had happened centered around me with my grandmother as a spirit, that is why I kind of believe she may be my spirit guide, or one of my spirit guides, just because those situations, it kind of shows that she was with me for quite some time. When I was little, I was not in the best health. It just kind of showed to me that maybe she was watching over me, just making sure things go good. So it's very sweet to think. And when I say I wasn't in the best health, it wasn't anything to the extent of like a disease or anything like that. When I was born and my trachea and my throat was not developed all the way, and for the first year of my life I had trouble with breathing issues. So just things like that. So needless to say, I just kind of felt like she's always watched out for me, at least as maybe one of my spirit guides. And so I just really wanted to share that. To me, it's kind of cool. It's another one of my many spiritual experiences and backgrounds. And this is a different grandmother than in the video that I shared where I heard my voice being said in my room and my boyfriend did and my mother did. That grandmother in that video was my mother's mother. So this grandmother in this video is a different grandmother. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that, because I know that I mentioned that and I don't know if the viewers will put two and two together and be like, oh, so she was around then too. It was two different grandmothers. Nonetheless, I feel like our loved ones are always with us, are always finding ways to communicate and check in, and I think that's beautiful. So I just kind of wanted to share that. I think spirit guides, guardian angels, everything like that is so beautiful and so wonderful. And I just think the whole concept is beautiful of spirit guides, guardian angels, everything like that. So as always, take a second, hit the subscribe button if you would like to subscribe. Go ahead, always feel free to comment your paranormal experiences. Maybe one day, if my YouTube channel was to really get somewhere, people are more than welcome to comment experiences they have had, opinions of their beliefs with the paranormal. But as always, feel free to subscribe. Keep watching. I have more videos to come on paranormal investigations and Spirit Story Saturdays, so just keep watching.